Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you the fifth set of the Winners League semi-final series between Woongjin Stars and MBC game here. We got Free running on a 2-game win streak against Light and Hyun. Going to be going for a 3-kill here on Roadrunner against MBC's Jaehoon. So this should be a little bit of an interesting game here. We got Jaehoon, who has some decent PvP. I don't think he's in a class with Free, but he has some decent PvP. And as you know, in PvP or ZVZ, you can get build order victories essentially. For example, if he was to go DTs and like Free 1 gate expanded or something like that, or went Reavers before Observers. I mean, DTs could get there, especially considering they are starting at near positions. That sort of thing could actually that sort of thing could happen for a Jaehoon victory. I think in a normal game, though, I think Free is just going to come out ahead. We're going to have Jaehoon on the left side of the map at about the 8 o'clock position in purple. We're going to have Free at the 6 o'clock position in yellow. So Free is in yellow at the 6 o'clock for Woongjin Stars. Jaehoon is in purple at the 8 o'clock for MBC Game Hero. Let's hope that I can keep that straight in this PvP. And someone tell me what the hell that was. I don't even know. I don't even care. That was weird. It was 0. Did you see that 0 and some chick and with their faces right next to each other? Aw, isn't that cute? But this is Roadrunner, which is kind of a cool map. I don't think I've seen a PvP on here before. I probably have. I don't know. I've seen enough games. I've probably seen a PvP on this map. I just don't remember it or something. But I've seen a lot of ZVPs on this map, and Zergs generally do very, very well versus Protoss, and kind of surprised, like I said in the last game, I'm kind of surprised that Hyun wasn't safe for this, and kind of surprised that they didn't have a Zerg player prepped and ready to go to beat Free on this map. It's one of those things that when you talk about like Pro League strategy or Winners League strategy, that's the kind of thing that I think good coaches and good teams should really do. They should find a map that they have a strong player on or a strong matchup on and try to take down the other team's best player in that matchup. And I think Woongjin Stars did that, taking down Light on match point using Free. I think that was a really, really smart play by them. Very, very planned out too. I mean, that wasn't just a good play. That was a very planned out play, and went very well for them. And I wish that MBC had done the same thing here to Free. I mean, this is just a map that Zergs can dominate Protosses on if they play it correctly. And instead, they sent out Hyun in the last games, which, well, we'll see if Jaehoon's got something, but overall I would say that was kind of a mistake. I mean, it's always possible that Jaehoon comes away with something, but I would not be, if I was a betting man, I would not bet on it. Got cores coming up from both players. It's very, very standard right now. Both players trying to be nuisance with their probes, but unfortunately for Jaehoon, he went in the wrong direction, so he's not even going to get a scout, and he has no idea what's coming his way. And because of that, I wonder if Free actually has an opportunity now to do a random build. He could do something like DTs out of this, because the scout is going to be so late on him that Jaehoon is almost assuredly going to have to go Observers first to get a scout on. So and if he doesn't, if he goes with whatever build that he had planned ahead of time, we could see him lose to DT. So I think Jaehoon's going to have to go Observer first, and Free's got that opportunity now because he's got that scout in, and Jaehoon doesn't. That if he can keep this probe alive as long as possible, he could go for DTs himself, and the Observers could be delayed long enough. He could also maybe go, well, I think it's too late now. I think he is going for DTs. We saw Citadel of Adun. But he could go for something like he could have gone for like a 3-gate goon or a hidden 4-gate goon, and Jaehoon would have had no idea it was coming. That sort of thing. But yeah, it looks like he's decided to do the surprise DT route, and that's good. I don't know if Free came into this game thinking that was going to be his strategy, but I definitely think that since he was able to stop the scout, that he opened up that avenue for him. And anytime you can get those Templar out just a few seconds earlier and force the Robo out a few seconds later, and in this case it's more than a few seconds, it is many seconds later, finally the probe going down for Free, that is many, many, many seconds later. That definitely gives him an opportunity to get those Dark Templars out, beat the Observers, which is just ridiculous. He might actually be able to beat the Observers. Templar Archives is coming up here. But yeah, this is going to be very, very, very interesting to see how Jaehoon uses his first Observer. It's going to be so important with that first Observer that he uses it wisely. A probe trying to get a scout in for Jaehoon, not going to have any luck. Going to get picked off by this Dragoon for Free, and Free's just going to back off right now. There's 2 Zealots and a Dragoon for Jaehoon, and actually a second Dragoon already popped out. So Free's just going to take the top of his ramp and defend for now. He's got his Templar Archives complete, so we should see some we should see some DTs coming out soon. And Free, if he can, he's going to want to clear away these Dragoons and forces from in front of his base, just so that way he can get his DTs out without Jaehoon seeing the little blur on his map. He doesn't want Jaehoon to have any notice. If Jaehoon sees it, I mean, even if the observers are late, one thing that Jaehoon can do is just stack Zealots on top of his ramp or Dragoons on his ramp and try and just buy time for the observer to come out. And I mean, Free doesn't want that to happen. He wants to get straight in there and start popping probes, preferably, if he can. And we got the DTs are out, and Jaehoon is not quite backed off here. I wonder if he's seen the... did he see the blur? I can't tell if he saw the blur. It's hard to tell, because we went to see Free's face while that was going on, so I can't tell whether he saw the blur, but it's definitely possible that Jaehoon saw it. It's gonna be pretty close as to whether or not he did. Still got the gateways working. We got Dragoon range coming up, so Free does not have Dragoon range right now. I think that second Dragoon definitely saw the blur of DTs, and yeah, now we see the Zealots and Dragoons stacked on that ramp to defend. We got a shuttle out before Observer. That could be a little bit painful for him. And here come the DTs going to start picking at the Dragoon, and there's just no micro here for Jaehoon to do it. There's nothing you can do other than just sit there and hope that you can get an Observer out in time. And until then, he's just going to lose some probes. There's a couple probes going down already. It looks like 3 or 4 probes have already gone down, one after another, and now the DT is being split. But an observer does come out in time, so I think there was maybe 4 or 5 probes that went down there before both DTs. Both DTs went down. So I mean, it's not the greatest DT harassment here by Free, actually, only killing 4 or 5 probes. And I gotta say, advantage Jaehoon coming out of that. His observer was able to come out in time. And you know what's funny is that by producing that shuttle first, he actually probably saved himself. If he had gone observer first, he probably would have sent that straight to Free's base, then produced a shuttle, then produced an observer. And in that case, if it had gone in that order, that observer could have been so late that Free would have had free reign. It's one of those interesting little things. I don't know if Freeze actually has 4 miners on gas, by the way. Weird thing just to note, but it's one of those things. Kind of weird. It's kind of almost lucky by Jaehoon that he did it that way. And Jaehoon actually blocking his choke with like 6 Dragoons, so that way another DT can't get in. He doesn't even have an observer there, but he's just not going to allow a DT to sneak in there. We got a Reaver out with that shuttle now for Jaehoon, and he's going to go on a little bit of an offensive now. Going to move out, and I think Free saw this, sending his Dark Templar down now. Now he's going to use that Dark Templar to maybe get more... No, he's going to... Yeah, okay. He's going to use that Dark Templar to get more probe kills, I would think, as Jaehoon sends his army across the map to try and engage Free. We'll see if Free's ready for this. He's got some DTs. He's probably going to have some more DTs of his own to defend, and this Dark Templar now is just going to start popping probes. And the matter of the fact now is, how well does Free defend against this? If Free's able to defend, he'll be in good shape. Without losing too many probes, he'll be in good shape. And here comes a big engagement. Looks like range has finished for Free, and Free going in here, picking off the shuttle, able to pick off the shuttle. And now there's just Dragoons and a slow crawling Reaver right now. And this Dark Templar has 4 kills right now in the natural expansion, the main of Jaehoon. And Free retreating a lot of his probes, which is definitely the right idea here. Another observer has been produced, so this Dark Templar is going to go down. And I think Free, just using his gateways, if he could just produce some more Dragoons, he'll be able to hold this off. Hasn't really lost any probes yet, which is really good, although his probes are coming back for some reason. I'm not sure why Free's probes are back in the fight. They really should not be. That Reaver should almost be dead here. Not a whole lot left, but a couple Dragoons still there in support. That Reaver is so close to dead. Get that Reaver! Get that Reaver! Oh, what the hell? Why are there probes coming up? Free! Why are probes coming Free? What are you doing? Free pulling off a ton of probes, losing like 7 or 8 probes to that Reaver. What the hell was that, Free? I don't know what was going on there. Free, wow, what was that? Pulling off probes to deal with a Reaver. That is crazy talk, Free. That is crazy talk. What the heck were you thinking? That was, that's a loss of several probes. That was unnecessary. Could have just waited for one more round of Dragoons and been fine, and just lost a little bit of mining time. Instead, he lost 7 or 8 probes. That is painful. We got to Citadel of Adun now for Jaehoon. Gonna start taking